Hey out there guys, so recently there's been quite a bit of buzz about, of course, Samsung's new flagship phone that came out, the Note 8. It's got the, the bigger screen, the S Pen to go with it, the phenomenal camera, but you know what? As with all phone releases, they're always kind of naked if you don't have all the required accessories for them or all the ones that make it the best experience it could possibly be. So I thought to myself, you know what? Let's throw together a list of all the accessories that people are going to want with this Note 8 phone release. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. First off is going to be a Samsung must, and this is going to be the wireless charger. Now the wireless chargers are pretty awesome. They started out pretty rudimentary with Samsung. They've definitely gotten a lot better recently, and especially with the newest Samsung edition, the wireless convertible charger. It's got a nice leather finish on it. It is convertible, so it can lay flat down or it can stand up and you can prop the phone up on it. It charges it very quickly, a lot quicker than it used to charge those guys. Some reports differed as to how well it penetrates different cases. If you have a thicker outer box or a LifeProof, you might have a little bit slower charging periods, or it might not charge as well as if you have a thinner case or no case on it. But I definitely recommend this, tossing this guy onto your shopping list right here, guys. I'll put links in the description for all this stuff right here, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I definitely recommend going and grabbing one of these guys. They're definitely worth it. Let's move on to the next guy. So another thing out there, and this is going to be another product that Samsung themselves makes, are called the Gear Icon X's. Now these are Samsung kind of standalone headphones that go into each ear. They're kind of their competitor with the Apple AirPods. They've been around for a little bit longer though. They run, a little bit retail, a little bit higher. I've definitely heard great things about them. They're always highly reviewed. They stay in the ear pretty awesome. They have great battery life. You can actually use one of them as kind of a phone caller. They do have a built-in microphone, so you can use them to access phone calls. Great Bluetooth headphones, great sound quality. Of course, Samsung's an amazing manufacturer when it comes to the mobile market. They don't hold back with this guy by any means. This has been around since when like the S7s were around, but they're definitely an amazing headset, and that's why they've kind of been so great at sticking around. You can find them at all the major retailers. They might even have some on display kind of to show you around. They're not connected to each other like a lot of other wireless headsets, so one does sit in each ear. Like I said, I've heard they're pretty comfortable, and I hope you guys definitely check them out. Now it's time to move on to the really fun stuff. Now I'm a big VR enthusiast. If you guys have seen my other videos, you should definitely check them out. I'm big time into VR. I have an Oculus Rift myself. Now one thing that's kind of cool is Oculus and Samsung have kind of teamed up a little bit, and they work on a lot of the same stuff together. And Samsung's been making a really big push towards VR very recently. And with that, they have, of course, their, the VR headset that Samsung has. It's called the Gear VR. And that's a headset that you put your phone inside of it, and it creates a 3D kind of environment virtually. And you can actually look around. It uses the phone's gyroscope, and it uses lenses on the inside to create a VR kind of headset experience. They're super awesome. Samsung definitely has the best one out there for a mobile phone. Without a doubt, hands down, theirs is the best. It hooks right into your phone. You will need the specific Note 8 one, of course, because it is a bit bigger than the older phones, and it does use a different hookup than previous phones. So I definitely recommend going out there and grabbing one. Grab the one with the Bluetooth controller as well. That does help with the immersion and the experience a bit. So I definitely hope you guys check that out. And actually the next one on the list is going to be kind of a continuation onto, what you can use with that guy. So another kind of fun application, and it's definitely something I recommend getting with your Note 8, is going to be the Gear 360 camera. This guy is pretty awesome. Basically what it is it's a camera with a pretty high resolution, and the camera actually is good at capturing a kind of a field of view that's all the way around you. It's 360 degrees. And what that means is, as you were kind of recording that, it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you just watch it in your phone, but if you put that video in your phone and then you combine that with your Note 8 Gear VR and you put that headset onto your face with that video playing, you can actually turn your head and look all around you in that VR video. So if you're taking a video of like the traffic, you can look forward and watch the traffic in your video, but you can also turn around and just look at the street, or you can look down the sidewalk, things like that. It really is a cool application. Samsung's trying to create the full solution when it comes to VR. They want not only, people to use VR, they want content creators out there creating VR. So I would definitely recommend you guys go out there, get one of these guys, create your own content. Like I said, I have VR. If you guys even link me some of the stuff, I'll check it out. I'm up for that. So yeah, that's definitely a great thing to get if you get in like any Samsung phone out there past like the S7. The Note 8 is no exception. It's still going to have all the support that they had out there for the VR stuff, which is awesome to hear. These next couple of things aren't going to be as necessarily required because the Samsung does make a great effort in making their phones better and better each year, but the first one here is going to be a battery pack. Now usually with any cell phone I recommend getting a battery pack. They just tend to boost the life a little bit, so you make sure your phone can get through the day. Samsung phones out the beginning should definitely be able to make it through the day unless you're using them pretty intensely, and if you are, I definitely recommend a battery pack. And even after over time, batteries don't last as long as they do originally when the phone is first purchased. So I definitely recommend getting a battery pack, if not in the beginning, definitely even towards the end or even for your other phones. You're probably going to want one that has fast charging, so it's compatible, you know, with the fast charging abilities that the Note 8 has. Also, you're probably going to want one that has a USB Type-C hookup so that you can hook that guy right into your Note 8. So yeah, absolutely, I definitely recommend getting one of those guys as well. And along with that, and honestly, I'm just kind of tossing this one on there for giggles for the most part, because the S8 and the Note 8 actually ship with 64 gigabytes of internal memory, and if you have the ability to fill that up, man, you are doing something crazy with your life, in my opinion. But if you ever need more storage than that, or you're kind of just worried, or you want the ability to move your stuff over pretty quick a bit later, then I definitely recommend also getting an SD card. If you're going over 64, you're probably going to want to jump to the faster ones, like the 128 and the 256, and you're going to want a fast card, because the video taken by the Note 8 is amazing, and you're going to want that guy to move right onto your SD card seamlessly. So I'll definitely toss a link in the description for some good ones, and without further ado, let's just kind of jump past it to the next one. Now, just to kind of top this list off, there's going to be 3 things that are a must with every cell phone out there, and these are just the generic accessories that you get with them. First off, charging cables. You're going to want a couple of extra chargers. Now, I recommend the actual Samsung branded ones because they're going to be fast charging, or fast charge capable. They're going to charge your phone a lot faster. You know, of course, it kind of speaks for itself with the name, and you know they're going to be geared to work with your phone, of course. They might be a little bit more pricey. I definitely think it's worth it, though. If you don't go that route, they're just as a recommendation with the Note 8, they do use a USB Type-C charger. It's a little bit different than the chargers that other people have used in the past, like the micro USB or Apple's Lightning connector. The USB Type-C is going to be a little bit newer. Now, it works pretty well, so you know, if you're looking for different types of chargers out there, just type in USB Type-C. Then there's just the protective stuff, you know, the general. Now, I'm going to recommend kind of a different kind of case out there. You can, of course, choose whatever case you want. You can go OtterBox, you know, LifeProof, Spec, Tech21, all those companies out there that make different cases for these phones. I'm just going to recommend one, though, and I think these are the coolest phone cases out there for any manufacturer. And it's the Samsung S-View Clearview standing covers for their phones. Now, these are basically fold-over cases, which I absolutely love, but the front tends to be pretty see-through, so it allows that always-on display to display even through the case, which is just awesome. Now, I'll put a picture up on the video, you know, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. It's always hard to describe. I definitely recommend kind of looking into those guys. They'll get a little bit more pricey than other cases, but they do protect it, and they do look just amazing. And then finally, just to kind of top off the list, is going to be the glass screen protector. Now, there is plastic out there. If you just want to keep away scratches, things like that, you can go with plastic. I've always been a glass fan myself when it comes to cell phones, though I think that they provide a lot more protection, they tend to be a lot more sleek, and they tend to feel a little bit nicer on the phone as well. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my list. I really enjoy making these kind of things, and you know, I've kind of been trying to improve the quality as it goes on and on and on. Like I said, I put the links in the description, and I also like to let you guys know that I definitely love feedback. So if you have something to say, any positive, you know what, I enjoy some negative criticism, feedback, that kind of thing as well. So just toss the link in, or the comment in the description, or send me a message. I don't care. However you want to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you next time.